Manchester United won, Newcastle nil. In this video today, I will be explaining to you two major factors why Manchester United won this game yesterday. And these reasons will shock you to your bone, to be honest with you. Now, let's dive in directly. Manchester United started this game as usual with their three back line, four midfielders, two behind the striker. They actually did 3-4-2-1 formation. Normal Amorim style of formation. Now, Newcastle on the other side too did a 4-3-3 formation, have in mind that we are going to attack Manchester United, which they actually did. But in this video, we are going to explain everything, especially the two major reasons why Manchester United won this game yesterday. Now, let's look at this. Man U came to this particular game with a depleted and fragile squad. It's no longer news that some of their players, went for the AFCON, some were injured, and then some are actually having a very poor run. Of course, Manchester United, for this stretch of time, has been having a lot of poor runs when it comes to winning games and their matches and all that. And don't forget too, that Man U is only playing one game per week, unlike other games, other teams. And that's why people are saying that for you to say you're a big club at every point in time in every season, almost it got to play like other teams too. You have to be aiming at top 4. You have to be aiming to play Champions League. On the side of Newcastle, I don't know what actually was the strategy of Newcastle in that game. So it's disturbing to see that this game ended the way it ended. Newcastle actually fielded a second 11. I'm discussing the reasons why Manchester United won that game yesterday. I'm talking about the first reason now. First reason is that Newcastle actually had the audacity to underrate Manchester United. That's what it means. If you don't agree with me, go to the comment section and drop your opinion. Newcastle fielded people that should have played that game yesterday. What was Waterman doing in that game yesterday as a forward? What was Ramsey doing that game yesterday? What was Tonali doing that game yesterday? They have a lot of good players that would have come in to be able to prosecute this game. They did not. The reason why I said this is one of the reasons why Manchester United won that game yesterday. Jonathan was on bench. Wissa, their forward, was on bench. Baines was on bench. Joe Willock was on bench. Why do you not start these guys? This is exactly reasons why Manchester United won that game yesterday. If you are starting these guys, I mention your name now, or more Man U for collect. That's the truth of the matter. I just want to go straight to the point. Man U for collect. Let's go back to Manchester United again. If you look at that game, I'm going to the second reason now. If you look at that game yesterday, Manchester United were just playing aimlessly. To be honest with you, Man U fans, don't come for me, but I'm stating a fact. Before this game, I had actually did a pre-match analysis where I said that Man U are going to have this kind of challenge because they have a depleted team, and that's exactly what happened. Manchester United were playing aimlessly, every playing anyhow, just the way they wanted to play. Without that coordination, there was no teamwork yesterday in Manchester United team, But unfortunately to Newcastle, Man U had an opportunity, they took the opportunity. However, this second reason I'm explaining now boils down to the fact that Man U cannot continue to go this way. To be honest with you, they cannot. The only luck why Manchester United won this game yesterday was because of Lamins, their goalkeeper, and Ndogo. That was the second reason. If not for the Lamins and Ndogo, Man U for still collect plenty yesterday. To be honest with you, because the Newcastle guys were not clinical at all in front of post. How can you be in the post and be as if, or more like say, said this match? To be honest with you, Man U did not do anything reasonable, and then Newcastle too did not capitalize on that. They were just wasteful in front of the post. And so these are the major reasons why Man U lost that game. One was the fact that Newcastle had the audacity to underrate Manchester United, by feeding people that should have played that game. And second reason was the fact that Newcastle was not clinical in front of post. They were just not just useful. That's the language. They were not just useful in front of post. And then Man U had the opportunity to be able to, score the goal through Dogo. And then they got a win on it. Now, let's look at the start for that game. Manchester United had a total of shots, 3 on target. Even that 3 on target were very, very weak shots. Newcastle had a total shot of 13 and then 2 on target. This will tell you how wasteful and how aimless Newcastle was yesterday. Because with the Manchester United squad I saw yesterday, they should have drained Man U, destabilized Man U, and score as much goals as possible. They could not. They had total possession of 66% and then 34% for Manchester United. I'm not a fan of possession, but for Newcastle to have total of 66%, that will tell you exactly how far they pushed Manchester United, especially in the second half. Man U were nowhere to be found in the second half. Newcastle were just pressing them everywhere. But pressing them without getting a result does not create any value for the club. What it does is that it just walk, no result. That's what Newcastle did yesterday. And to be honest with you, Newcastle fans are disappointed with Newcastle. With what they did yesterday, they were actually nothing to write home about, to be honest with you. Now, look at Manchester United too. The coach did something miraculous yesterday. He played double off position. And the guy tried, to be able to move and get that score. Manchester United is a big club. They spent over £200 million in the last transfer window. So nobody should come here and tell me excuse that their players were injured, their players went for AFCON. It doesn't make any sense to me. And it doesn't make any sense to any good football fan. Because you can't be telling me that after spending that money, you didn't make provision for situations like this. No team should use injury as an excuse for not performing well. No, it doesn't happen that way, because injury occurs across every team. Yes, Manchester United is not playing to be in Champions League next season. They not be big team. They are just like a normal average mid-table team. Call it what it is. That is it. So no person should come here and tell me any excuse, reasons why Manchester United, they tried, they didn't try. No, can't be saying that to Manchester United that they tried or no try. They did not try. They won, yes, but if you look at statistics, if you look at the performance yesterday, Man U did not try. And injury and AFCON is not an excuse. Anyway, like and share our video if you have not. See you next video. Bye.